I wanted to talk about some other things. If you haven't watched my other testimony, it's better if you watch that before you watch this. But if you, because I have a lot to say. Like I said, I have so much to say to you guys because I was seeing stuff for 4 years, and that's a lot. And remembering stuff for 4 years, so it's a lot to say. I have a lot to say, but I have to understand it before I tell everybody. Okay. Because it was hard at first. I didn't understand any of the stuff I was seeing. Okay, so I haven't watched it. Just a quick overview. About 4 years ago, I died of heroin overdose, and I died and I went to hell. Okay, I really did, and I kind of went over that in my last video. And part of my punishment, because in hell you get moved around. It depends on what you did on Earth. There's levels to hell. There's all good different kinds of punishments, but I went to a place like you get punished for what you did on Earth, whatever your obsessions were, whatever your things that you were doing other than worshiping Jesus and like praising God. You get punished for down there. Whatever your idols are, you get punished for what they were. Anyway. So I went to a place where, because I was really obsessed with superheroes, okay? I mean, I used to like, the current ones I'm not so familiar with, but, I wanted to talk about Chad Boseman, okay? Because he's there, you guys, okay? This Chad guy, honestly, I've never even seen Black Panther. I have never even seen this movie, okay? But I needed to share this part, something with you guys. You guys have to get off these superheroes, okay? You guys don't understand. You guys, people, please don't get your kids into these superheroes. You don't understand what you're getting them into, okay? Okay, these superheroes are demons, you guys. They are demons. They're devils. I barely knew who this guy was. I knew he was a Black Panther. Okay, and anyway, so first of all, I had to go look up his name because I knew who this person was down there, but I didn't know because when I was obsessed with superheroes, it wasn't him. Okay, so this is something that I saw. Okay, I'm just gonna say that because it's my third eye stuff and my health memories are like weird. Okay, this is what I saw. Okay, I saw this guy and he had a Black Panther mask on, okay? Because in hell, first of all, no one has a name and no one has their own face anymore. No one has a face, okay? The Bible describes that. You lose your name and you lose your face. You lose your whole identity. That whole secret identity is just saying you don't have one anymore. It's a joke. That whole secret identity is just the demons are making fun of you for being obsessed with these superheroes. These superheroes don't have identities. It's not a secret identity. It's no identity. When you go to hell, no one has a face or an identity anymore. I had to look up his name because I didn't know who he was, and this is what I saw. I saw like this guy. Okay, he had a Black Panther mask on. He had a Black Panther mask on, and he was and I recognize that's all I remember that, but I remember his like teeth were like like he was gnashing his teeth, and it was him, you guys. I didn't recognize his face because he had a mask on, but I could still see what he. For some reason, I know he had a mask on, but God like put it in my vision to see what he was doing with his teeth. He was like on the ceiling, like not the ceiling. He was on the wall, like stuck on the wall like this, like he was stuck on the side of the wall, and he was like, he was gnashing his teeth, like in the Bible when it says when they gnash their teeth. It's a combination of pure it's hard. It's so gut-wrenching to see somebody gnash their teeth like that. Okay, it's a combination of just being utterly in so much pain and being mad. It's just like It's like a combination of both, because you're in so much pain and you've gone crazy, and you're mad. There's people down there cursing God because they're just like, they're mad at him. I saw a guy. It was him, but he was stuck to the side of the wall. Like he jumped up there, like on the side of the wall, but he stayed stuck on the side of the wall. Like kind of how like you know how like Spider-Man can just stick to the walls and walk around. It was like that, but it was not. It was a panther. It was a man, okay? But he was the Black Panther. It was both, okay? Because these demons are both, all right? They're human and they're a part animal, like skinwalkers. That's why these superheroes are always part human and part animal, because demons are part human and part animal, okay? Like skinwalkers are, right? Same thing, same demon. So this is what I saw. It was like this. See how this guy's on all fours, but it was a human figure, but he was on all fours acting like a panther. And you know, when panthers open their mouths to growl, this man thing opened his mouth to growl like this, but then it went like this. You see how his mouth is opening and he's growling, but then it turned into a human man gnashing his teeth in pain. It went from it was growling and gnashing his teeth. Just like a panther, but it turned into a man too. It's so hard to explain. Okay, but it was like growling, gnashing of teeth because he was in pain. Okay? It was so horrible, you guys. This place is so hard to explain because it's so horrible. It's beyond your worst imaginations. It's a dimension of terror and monsters for real. Okay, that's what I saw. Just imagine this, but it was also turning into a man and gnashing his teeth in pain and anger. Both. It was him, okay? And this guy, and then this guy had the Black Panther mask on, just like the one we would buy at the store. Okay? It was him, okay? And hell, this demon is always shape-shifting into humans, and this man that was the actor was with this demon, okay? He was stuck with him because he helped spread the lie that this thing was cool to people, okay? Alright. Everyone in hell is completely black, okay? It's black on black. Everything's black. But there's no light in people, okay? There's when Jesus is the light in you, God is the light in you on earth, and it's taken away from you in hell. There's no light in you. There's no light at all. Everyone is completely dark. All right. Like, because you get stuck in your sin. You're begging him and then one second you're begging God to get you out of there. Then the next second you're cursing at him because you're just so mad that you're there. Okay. He was wearing a Black Panther mask, and he was just in so much torment. Okay. I had to go look him up, and when I saw this, the next day I found out that he was dead. I didn't even know that guy had died. This was a while back. I know, yeah, this memory is from a while back, okay? But I'm telling you, like, and then the next day, like, no joke, right after I saw that, I was like, what was that? What was that weird memory about? Or what's that weird thing I saw with the Black Panther guy? Like, you know what I mean? And then the next day, somebody's like, oh, did you know that guy died? And I was like, you know what I mean? I was like, no, I was just like, I was in shock. I was like, I was scared, okay? Because I just seen that weird thing with him in hell. He was in hell. You guys, and another thing I wanted to bring up is being famous and being even YouTube famous, but being really famous is the last thing you want to be in hell. Okay, but when you go to hell, because you have to pay for every time you led somebody astray from God. Every single person that you led astray from God, you have to pay for it. The last thing you want to be is famous if you're not a saved person. And you can be famous and be a famous person who talks about Jesus. There's not too many of those though, right? But if you're a famous person, you know how the devil's so evil, you guys. He has everyone in the society now. They want to be famous, rich and famous. Okay, They want to be rich and famous. Like, he has that, everyone wants that, like, goal to be rich and famous. And that's the last thing you want to be, is rich and famous when you go to hell. Because you have to pay for every single person you led astray. So if you're if you're like a really famous person who's leading millions of people astray from God by helping the devil glorify these demons, you have to pay for that. Every single person has to pay for what they did to somebody else. So all these celebrities, they have to pay for every single person they led astray. So if you have millions of fans, imagine how bad that is. Okay? This and it's even worse because you guys don't understand. If you die and you go down to hell and you're in movies and you're on videos and like YouTube videos and you're still leading people astray, even after you're dead, you still have to pay for all of that. Do you understand how horrible that is? The last thing I would ever want is to be famous. Oh, I feel so bad for those actors. Some of them probably know. Some of them knowingly sell their souls, like the Illuminati and stuff. Some of them probably know. Most of them probably don't know. The devil doesn't tell them anything because he already has it in everyone's heads to be rich and famous. Those actors, I feel so bad for them. They're being tricked. So do not be famous and rich and famous. This is in the Bible. It talks about all this reminds me of what I experienced. It reminds me of the story in the Bible. So this poor man or this regular guy goes to God and asks God why all these rich people have it so easily. Or all these kings who are famous have it so easily while everyone else is suffering. Why are their lives seem so easy compared to our lives? And God showed him where these people were going if they don't repent. Okay, all these rich and famous people were going when they don't repent. And he said, When I saw to know this, it was too painful for me until I went into the sanctuary of God. Then I understood their end. I know their end too. God showed them where these people were going. Don't be envious of rich and famous people, guys. They have it bad. They have it real bad. They have it way worse than. That's because we have a twisted version of what good and happy is, and it's not this, okay? Because this being rich and famous is the worst thing you could ever want. When you go to hell, you're gonna know why. Okay, so I wanted to bring it up because this whole envious of rich people is brought up in the Bible a lot, and this is just one story in the Bible. Once he saw God showed him where these people were headed, he wasn't envious of them anymore, and I'm definitely not. Okay. Like I said, it took me. I knew it was him because he was wearing the black. God was like, this is where he is now. This is where he is now. You guys have to end. You have to get your kids away from this stuff. Please stop dressing up your kids as superheroes. You are going to be responsible for dressing your kids that way. You have to, even if you didn't know, your ignorance is not going to save you. You still get punished for it. You still have to pay for it. Okay? Like, and when you dress as a demon and show people like a demon, you get attacked. You are channeling that demon. I think that's what happened with Heath Ledger, okay? He was trying to channel this trickster spirit, okay? The Joker. He has many names, but they just portray him as a Joker. All clowns are the trickster spirit. Even the ones at the circus, they're all him. But he doesn't always look like a clown, okay? He's a trickster spirit. That's just one of his many forms, okay? But anyway, so when Heath Ledger was trying to be like the Joker came in him, okay? That's the same thing that happened with when you channel a demon, they come, okay? Especially if you're an actor trying to channel these things because you're trying to be a good actor and you're trying to act, they'll come and they will tear you apart in your real life. And when you go to hell, you're really gonna have to pay for it, Okay, and that's what happened with, I think that's what happened with Heath Ledger, and that's what happened with Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, in 1999, I think, something like that, he made Man on the Moon, which is about Andy Kaufman, I guess. This is how Jim Carrey lost his mind for a while, because he was channeling this dead actor. He was trying to act like him, and he said that he said that he started he couldn't control his voice and stuff like that. He couldn't control, like, he was tapping into this guy, but it was a demon. Okay, I don't know if Jim Carrey knows that, but he knows it freaked him out so much he lost his mind. Okay, like, no joke, he got possessed by a little bit because he was trying to channel an actor. He was really channeling a spirit. Okay, this stuff really happens, and I think that's what happened with, like, these people would channel a character and then they die. It's black magic. Okay, it's black magic.
And then
it's
you
evil.
suddenly have this separation and go, well, who's Jim Carrey? Oh, he doesn't exist, actually.
Aleister Crowley taught that acting and assuming the role of a particular demon was the fastest way to come into contact with a demonic entity. Many actors and actresses have credited their success to possession by a spirit entity.
Everyone famous as hell is begging everyone else to stop watching their movies and listening to their songs because they have to keep paying for it. I'm not kidding. It's serious. Stop watching these dead people's movies and stop watching and listening to these dead people's songs because they have to pay for it every time you listen to it. Every time, even though they're dead, they have to pay for it. Please stop listening to these songs, and you are gonna have to pay for it too. It's everything. Everybody shares in the sin, and you have to pay for it down there. Okay, please repent. You will go to this place and you'll know what I'm talking about, but just learn it now and accept it now. Okay, but being famous is the worst thing the last thing you ever wanted. Do not be famous. Don't be YouTube famous. Don't be Instagram famous. Unless it's to glorify Jesus. Okay? Because you are spreading sin. You are you're leading people more and more astray from God. Especially if you're an actor or just dancer and you're doing, like, dirty stuff and you are spreading that lie that it's okay to be that way. It's even cool to be that way. You're spreading the lie of fornication that it's cool and it's good. Right? And you have to pay for it. You gotta pay for it. When the actor or singer dies, they have to pay for every single person that got led even more way astray from God. Do you have any idea how bad? I can't even imagine. I'm not famous. When I died, I wasn't famous. But you still have to pay for every person that you in your life led astray from God. Okay? But I couldn't even imagine how bad the punishment is if you had millions of people following you who are worshiping you. You were their idol. It's like, you want to be an idol? I'll show you what it's like to be an idol. Oh, man. So I wanted to bring up that Chad Boseman thing since I just talked about the superheroes. Okay. He didn't make it. He didn't make it. And please stop dressing your kids up as Black Panther. Don't do any superhero, but Black Panther too. Okay. All right. Please think about this, guys. Thank you.